I'm not getting the live button here. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, live
Zoom.
on Facebook.
Live on Facebook. How come it's not doing mine? Setting up your meeting on Facebook Live.
It says
Okay.
meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Okay.
I think we did it.
Well, okay. It's not to count our chickens before they hatch here.
Yeah, okay.
What the heck is that? That's a live video that I didn't do.
That's what?
There's a picture on here from a video I did a long time. There we go. Yep, we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit record though.
Yeah, I gotta go back and hit here. You ready?
Yeah, we are on. We are live. We are
Okay.
going.
You're gonna do the introduction or what?
Oh gosh. I don't know. Am I introducing my Mr. Amazing Papa Earth Angel Gary that I haven't seen forever, and the moment that I see you that I cry?
Okay, just a minute here. I don't know why it's not record on this computer, record on cloud, record on this computer. I think we're recording right now. Okay, I think we're live. Woo! Can you believe it?
Only took us a little bit. Okay, well, let's make sure we got going on both ends here.
I think we're recording right now. Yeah, okay, I think we're live. So there's a lag time there still.
There is a lag. Yeah. Well.
Welcome to Boost Your Immune System.
Yeah.
It's never been easier.
Right.
Because it was as difficult as getting this live video up. Wow. We're all in trouble.
Oh,
but thank God it's not.
Thank God. Thank God is right.
That's
you
right.
got to tell us all about your picture in the back. Well.
Oh, my mural?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not completed yet, but I've made it into an animation.
Awesome.
And it's never been easier. The van goes down the road and turns and goes up and disappears in the back. Wow.
Okay, cool. Can you?
The arrows on that sign actually flash as it's going, and there's a bunch of birds that fly along with the van, and it goes over the hill, and the birds go up into the sun.
Oh, hold on, Gary. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got a major lag time here.
Yeah.
The van goes down the road, it turns and goes up and disappears. I wonder if it'd be okay after it's recorded and it's posted. The arrows on that sign actually flash.
Well, what if you just take off your Facebook, take it down so that we don't have both the Zoom going and Facebook, because we're gonna hear that lag. I shut mine down.
I've got a start button here too. I don't know what that does.
Well,
So you want me to just delete it off my Facebook?
No. Just close out your Facebook so that we're not hearing it. And I think.
Oh, is that what's doing that?
Yeah, I think that's where issue is. But I lost you video wise.
You lost me?
Do you see me?
So you want me I see you.
Oh, what the heck?
So you want me to just delete it off my Facebook?
I have nothing visual right now.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to I had two Facebook things open. I'm going to shut it off.
Yeah, shut those down, and then I'm going to zoom back in here. And I think.
Oh, is that what's doing that?
Yeah, I think that's where issue is.
Well, I think we said the same thing. I'm going to X out of Facebook, and we'll just be.
Yep.
Phew. Okay. Are we not getting it now?
I think we should be good.
I think we're good. I think that's what the echo was. Sorry, everybody.
Yep.
The learning curve here is huge. Thank God I already understand the immune system.
Okay,
Technology,
So-
not so good. Body,
There.
not doing bad.
Okay,
So
now we got it.
I hope everybody can join us. I don't see anybody there.
No,
It's open to everyone. They're probably
I
going
know.
to supper.
what?
They're probably going to supper.
I know. Okay. I'm gonna clear on now. Okay.
So
All right. Well.
what have you been up to?
Oh goodness. Well, Lord, well, you know, sort of
Yep. And how you been handling everything?
working on healing, man.
Yeah.
You know, learning, growing, sharing, living.
It's that whole immune system thing.
It is that whole immune system thing.
And it's all
And,
based on energy. This is what I'm figuring out. It's all
Yeah.
energy. What
Well,
you
you've been
put
doing
in your body is either energizing you or it's draining your energy. And that has a lot to do with your immune system because everything, and this is thoughts too. So when we have a negative thought or something that happened in the past that was traumatic or caused a disruption, we ingested that vibration and locked it in our body. And this is why EFT works. When you're tapping like this, you're working on the electrical system. And we've had people that, you know, they might have a pain here and then it'll move down to the lower back and it'll go up into the shoulder and it'll go over to the neck over here and then it'll leave.
Right.
Because it's energy moving. Energy must move. That's its job. It never stops in motion. So when they take people as they get older and they put them in a nursing home and they're laying in bed and they're eating congesting food and they're not hydrated properly and they're on medications, their energy band is low because there's no energy moving through their body. So they just get weaker and weaker and weaker. That's what makes people bend over like this, you know. Used to be when we were like this, we were rugged, you know, back in the, if you believe the evolution story. And we started to stand up and we're still strong. Well, now, because of the food and the chemicals and all the stuff that's going on, we're starting to bend back over. But then we have a cane. Then we have a cane with 3 feet on it. Then we have a walker and then a scooter. And then you put those hinges behind your knees. So when you bend over, they help you stand back up. 3-foot shoehorn, a bed that lifts you up so you don't have to go through all the pain of getting up on your own. And we just get weaker and weaker and weaker, mentally and physically, because of the influence that's coming through the TV.
Yeah.
Because it's all about keeping a certain view, for a certain lens that we see through. And that lens is created from the first eye, which we're taught is the third eye, but it's actually the first eye.
Really?
Because we're vibrating all the time and our emotional vibration is being projected out and we're also receiving. And what we receive is that mirror reflection right, right here. This is your aura, right?
Yep.
This is the sun, this is the earth. And the golden thread that runs right down through our energy centers, when they're in alignment, we're in great energy. And it's almost impossible for the body to get sick at that point because its job is to protect us. And it does that mostly through the lymphatic system, which is this system right here. So as our vibration, this is us in the middle, as the vibration goes out, and I hope you can see that. Okay, that's us in the middle. This is our aura right here. And the vibration goes out past that, out into the universe, right? And the earth itself has its own aura. And that's what your atmosphere is. That's what this right here is. This is the largest ocean in the world. So we get taught all these weird little things that are just off just a little bit, right? Well, those fish, they're stupid. They don't know they're in water. Well, we don't know we're in water. And we are. It gets too dry, we have to put something on our skin. It gets too wet, we have to get in where our skin can dry or it'll start to affect us. It affects our
Right.
sinuses and everything. So this is us in the middle, and the reflection back
Can you show
is
it
our,
higher?
yep, us in the middle. It goes out, hits the aura, comes back, and that's your mirror reflection of your life. But it doesn't just stop there. It goes out, and everybody's, the collective consciousness is out here. And right now, that's all about war, and that's all about corruption and all this stuff, right? That's a collective consciousness. Well, that's reflecting back to the earth. That's why we're living in the times we're living right now, and why it's important to meditate, raise our energy. The energy that's coming in right now that's causing all this corruption is just heavy, dense energy. And as our energy increases, it breaks it up and moves it out of the way. So when our collective consciousness, which is happening big time,
Yeah, it is.
when our collective consciousness starts to rise, the others start to slow down. They get weaker, right? And that's what's happening to our government, all this stuff right now. They're getting weaker all the time.
Yep.
And it shows their weakness because they don't know what to do. And they're just scrambling. Now, I believe that there is a coup right now in play to take over our government. That's why they're crashing the economy. And that's what this other thing is about, which I don't talk about on online, but I can do that. And this is real, and this does not cause it. The problem with our lungs. Okay, there's a lot of buzz going on about that. This is more about spatial distancing, is about surveillance. Because if you get a group of people together, they can't individually figure out who you are. So they need us 6 feet apart so that they know where we are. And this technology that's coming in, this is 20 years old.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, people in the service, when they go behind the enemy lines, they're all wearing things, and they know where every person is within 5 feet. You could send 1,000 people over the line. They know where they all are. So the world has already shifted. And I'll post a video. It's number 9 in the video part of this that shows what's happening. Rome, when Rome fell, Mike Maloney, a guy that I follow, he did a timeline. Rome and America, they are identical. All the way right through to the collapse.
Interesting.
They're not close. They're identical.
No way.
So we have fractional money. What they used to do is they'd take a gold coin when you came in to buy something, they'd cut a chip off in it. It was gold and silver, right? Real gold and silver.
Yep.
They'd cut it, and you'd have a fraction. And every time you went to buy something, they'd cut a piece off till you were left with that's called fractional money, right? Our fractional money is a supermarket, and it's in cardboard boxes and cans, right? Because our cost of groceries is going up. Well, that's the fractional money. $1 won't buy what it used to buy. No. And we could be headed, if we don't straighten this out, we're headed for hyperinflation worldwide. There's all
I think
kinds
it's coming. I think it's coming. It's just
well, if we can all start meditating, raising our energy, doing our breath work, it will cut it down. That's why they're all scrambling right now. Yep. And at 11 o'clock, my time, morning and night, all around the world, people, whatever their 11 o'clock is, not mine, their 11 o'clock, they're meditating, and they're raising their energy. So collectively, around the world, we're raising the energy of the earth, and the more we raise it, the more scrambled they get.
Yes.
And it's happening big time.
It is.
But could get a little messy. This is now this is free. This is a poster that I designed.
Nice.
And it starts with, this is the process to build your immune system right here. Hydration, oxygenation, nutrition, digestion, absorption, utilization, elimination, movement, rest, grounding, right back to hydration. The heart generates energy in the body.
Does
We're told it pumps
it
blood.
ever?
Yeah.
Sure does.
We're told it pumps blood, right? Well,
Yep.
you know that there is a whole group of doctors that don't believe it pumps blood. It pulls
What?
it. Yeah. There's duality in everything. So I say, well, maybe it's pulling and pushing. Your arteries, the muscles in them, contract. So every time your heart beats, those contract and help push the blood through.
Yep.
So there's a whole organism has its own brain. Every system in our body has its own brain. And it's communicating constantly with the brain to produce chemicals. So if we have a traumatic experience in our past or whatever it is, it takes energy to stuff that and hold it in there. And the more we have, the weaker we get, because there's more and more energy going to suppress those than there is to help your body heal. So as we are meditating and we say, I give my body permission to release the dis-ease, whatever that vibration in my body, I give my body permission to release it. And you keep saying that over and over as you're doing your breath work and you're doing Qigong and things, and that's moving that vibration. And your hydration is really important because it starts to soften things up, loosen them up. And your body is no different than anything else. It's out of control because you're not controlling it.
Yep. And we've learned this for
Okay.
years, Gary.
You got to tell it to sit down, shut up. I'll take care of that later, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, we're going to be doing this. And a lot of people say, well, when I meditate, all these things come up, right? And I
Right.
can't meditate. That's the greatest part of meditation, is bringing up what's holding you back. So that you can look at it. You can say, this does not serve me anymore. It doesn't serve my highest purpose. And it's keeping me sick. So in that case, for my own good, I release this from my body. And your body will let it go. You put it in, and you're the only one that can get it out. And that's the most important part of meditation. And as you go through and you release these things, and your body gets used to, knows what you want to do, I don't have to hardly do anything to release stuff now. I don't even know what it is. I don't care. I just want it gone so I can heal. Right?
Right.
And their energies, vampires is what they are. All these little things stuck in our body. And it might be something weird, like a teacher said something bad about your artwork when you were in the 3rd grade and it hurt you, right? It's still stuck there. It's not going to let it go. You don't even remember it. I've released so much stuff. I'm like, Jesus, I must be running out.
You gotta be coming to the end, right?
But as I release, the energy on the other side increases. And so does my health. And the breath work is a big part of that. People who want to go to jungles and try DMT, your pineal gland produces DMT.
Yep.
So when you're breathing, you're doing your breath work and you involve the abdomen, right? 2/3 of your fluid is right here. And we're massaging. When we're doing our breath work, we're massaging all those organs and glands. And as we massage them, they start to get better, just like going to have a massage at a massage place, right? You're moving the muscles around and you're working on the parasympathetic vagus nerve, which is rest, digest, and heal. And we're stuck, especially with what's going on television, we're stuck in fight or flight, which is sympathetic, which shuts off your whole digestive system. That's one of the reasons people get sick.
Right.
So as we release the burdens of our past and we increase we will increase our energy. And the reflection coming back will be completely different because it's emotions that are coming back. And once we release those, we're free to go outside the aura, out into the universe to astro travel. Think about that.
Yeah.
I
have.
was talking with a friend the other day, and we were talking about quantum energy versus physical energy. And I said, it's easy to explain. If I'm sitting here and I want a cup of coffee, I either have to get in the car or walk to a place, stand in line, get it, take it out, drink it. That is physical energy because it took energy for me to get up and go do that.
Right.
The mind is quantum because you can close your eyes and in one breath be anywhere in the universe. That quick. And that's why we are quantum. We're not linear beings like we've been taught. We're quantum. And these energy centers are the alignment. And if you tell your body to align those and put them in balance, it will. It doesn't have a choice because it has to do what you tell it.
Well, I think you're going to lose people on some of that because then they're going to think, I mean, when you say that and it'd be like, oh, okay, well, it's just that easy. That's just all I got to do. I just got to tell my body, like, do this and then it should be good, right? Well, nah.
It takes practice.
Right.
You know?
It's not something that just happens. Like, you don't just do it and it's done.
Right. It's learning to walk. You're listening to your body. Your body is always sending us messages, right?
Right.
That's its job. Well, we've lost so much, so we're so out of touch with our body that we can't hear it anymore. It's screaming.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, and then more people are screaming for a pill. Give me a pill, give me a pill, give me a pill. And those pills are suppressing even more. I mean, you know what I was like when I was a zombie on all those medications. There was just nothing to me anymore. There was no life. There was nothing. Zapped of energy. Zapped of feeling anything, any emotion, knowing anything about my own body.
Mm. So I was meditating, I don't know, it was last night, night before. And I have a lot of information coming to me. This is another thing. When you get all the crap out of your way, you don't even have to get it all. And you're doing breath work and you're meditating, the information will come to you. True, honest information because it's coming from the universe. It's not coming from the noise in your head or the noise through the TV.
Right.
So this is what came. To sin actually means to miss the mark. And if we're made in the image of God, and God is love, would it not be a sin not to love yourself?
Absolutely.
So those are the things that we have to take all the crap that we've learned and just get rid of it, because it is easy to tell your body what to do, but it's not going to listen to you at first because it's completely out of control.
Right.
We have to reel it in, right? And be able to communicate with it because we're light beings.
Well, and we don't realize how much of that monkey brain of what we already tell ourselves is negative. I mean, probably
Absolutely.
3/4 of what our brain is going at every day is not positive unless we have changed our thinking and we've been working on it for a while, because it's not something that you just do a day and you're good to go. I mean, it's just like any other habit. Hold on, Gary. I'm losing my battery here.
Okay. So in the most important part of this is regaining control of our body and our energy through communication with our body and energy.
Yes.
You know, when we go to a doctor, we're going to a low vibrational area to raise our vibration. And they're synthetic meds, and they have all these tests that they do and all this stuff. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that you don't need that stuff.
Right.
Surgery This is an actual medical term. Surgery, when you have surgery, it means that the medical system failed you.
Well, how so? Medical.
Because you never should have got sick in the first place.
Right, but how is it the medical system's
I
fault?
didn't say it was their fault. It's their failure because they didn't teach you how to take care of your body ahead of time.
Well, right, but for me, you know, having to have the surgery I did, that wasn't
Yes, but that was an energy issue. Do you get that? The lower, you know, to dumb somebody down, you know how they do that in school? They just lower your energy.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with the body. As the energy goes down, right?
Mm-hmm.
The body is more open to dis-ease because your aura is weak. That aura is your lifeline. This right here, this is energy.
Yep.
It's the energy field around you. And as it gets weak, like any energy field, things can get through it.
Sure.
And it's a vibration, whatever you're a vibrational match to. That's why you shouldn't watch the news. The news is constantly throwing out ideas. And when it sticks in the hearts and minds of the people, because there are only like 516 people, I think it is, with 300 million. So they throw an idea up through the TV. When it sticks in the hearts and the minds, we manifest it into reality.
Sure, yeah.
We manifest it into reality because of this right here. Because the collective consciousness is going out and it's reflecting back to the earth. And it continues out here too, it goes out into space.
Yeah.
So our vibration is everything. I mean, literally, it's everything. And how do you help it, help increase it? Hydration, proper hydration, you know that.
Yep.
And breathing for the oxygen. We move too much, mentally and physically, and we need to slow down. And you can tell, you know, when you're doing Qigong, the slower you go, the better. Because the body is actually building more energy than it's using. And the slower you go, but our minds, our bodies move at the speed our mind is working at. So some people are like this, right? Because
right, we're
their
going
mind
fast.
is going that fast and they're not connected to their body. They're trying to drive their body. We need to stop counting. How many push-ups can you do? I don't know. I just do them till I feel the correct way. Because when you're counting, you're not paying attention to how your body's moving. So if you just do, and it's really hard to do, if I tell you do push-ups, you'll start counting.
You start counting, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're paying more attention to the counting than you are the physical movement. And when you're into the physical movement and not counting, you're feeling how your whole body is moving, your rib cage and your back and your shoulders and your arms and your legs. And you're connected with your breath. The breath is what connects the mind and the body together. We're 96% energy and only 4% matter. But that energy, to have it electronically or magnetically bond to the material of us, our physical being, when we get sick, that magnetic bond gets weaker and weaker and weaker until you leave this realm. But through breath work, proper hydration, nutrition, make sure your digestion's okay, you're absorbing what you're eating. Malabsorption is a huge issue for a lot of people.
Ginormously huge, yes.
So absorption, utilization, once it's absorbed, is it going where it needs to go to feed what it needs to feed? And elimination, we all know the 13 channels of elimination. And any of those get jammed, it starts to back up in the body and dis-ease will follow because there's congestion in the lymphatic system and it puts pressure on the body. So we went over movement. Rest, we get too little rest. even stuck in our homes, we get too little rest. And that's something else we need to do.
Yeah.
Get outside. Stop letting these people tell you. There's 3 billion of us around the world that are supposedly in house arrest. I don't happen to be one of those guys. I will get out somehow and ground to the earth, because it changes the electromagnetic field in your red blood cells. And that some of that is hydration and oxygen.
So what are you doing since all of this happened? Have you changed anything? Have you added anything as far as like immune support, or what you've done to take in to help your body?
I meditate 4, maybe 5, 6 times a day, sending energy out to the world and to myself, to help it heal. It needs us right now more than ever. I mean, we are at the pinnacle of never being in the same world again. That's where we're at. We're literally at a biological war right now. And I don't care who did it, the world is involved. And we need to stand up and be accountable to try to eliminate it. Then we can try to figure out who did it. But I don't know if you know where that virus was actually created or not, but it was right here in America. And there's just so much stuff going on. It's hard to know what the truth is anymore.
Oh, absolutely. They want to keep us in confusion. That's
but there's only one truth. And that's right there, right in the heart. Because we're thinking with our heads and we're thinking with our survival energy centers. And the more we use this or these down here, the more it blocks the heart from producing energy. So bringing oxygen and intention. You can breathe into your heart. You can breathe into your feet. You can move energy anywhere in the body. Think about it. When you play sports, you're moving energy to different parts of your body, right? When you sleep, you're moving energy to different parts of your body. Yoga, eating, that's what's happening. We move energy all the time. We just don't know we're doing it. And once you learn how to control it and where you want to send it, where there's a problem, the heart will heal it. The energy that created you is the energy that heals you.
Well, I can tell you just from my heart healing that I literally feel it ache, especially when I am more stressed out, and which means I'm not breathing well. I'm shallow breathing. I'm not getting that oxygen in, and my heart literally aches. And I have to, change what I'm doing. I have to realize, okay, that's not helping me. It's a natural thing. It's natural to feel that, but it's like I have this thing now telling me, hey, I'm actually hurting. You need to chill. You need to do something to chill, whether it's go take a walk, get rid of what you're thinking about right now, let it go. And it's crazy because I can literally start to feel it chill out and dissipate and ache a little less. So that's been really interesting. Something that's obviously, it's been a piece that's been bothersome to me, but it's definitely shown me something.
Yeah, it's your body saying, you got to take care of me. And give it permission to relax and let it go. I spend probably 20 minutes a day just telling my body when I'm in like a certain position or whatever, I'm doing yoga or whatever, right? I'm telling my body probably 20 minutes a day over and over and over again to relax. And you would not believe, because I thought I was relaxed.
Right.
I started doing that and it was like, so this is what relaxation is?
Yeah.
Because everybody says I'm so laid back and everything. Well, I'm like laid back even more now. And yesterday I was out and there were some people that, they're all wearing masks and everything.
Yep.
And they were giving me a hard time. And well, they weren't really giving me a hard time, but they're so fearful.
Yes.
That they don't actually understand what's happening, not only inside their body, but I don't want my mom to die, and I Oh, no, you don't. But people, this is, I wouldn't say it's hard to say. It's the truth. I guess that's what I'd say. This is the truth. They shut down the entire world, basically, because people were dying. And that's a horrifying thing.
It is.
But they would have died whether the businesses were opened, closed.
Yeah.
And they're killing America. They're killing the world, basically. Now, I don't know if you know what they did in Greece or not, Greece and Italy, when they went through their times and they had hyperinflation and they couldn't pay their bills to the banks.
Yeah.
The banks took the national parks, their museums, all their paintings. And now, when you go to those places, the money goes to the banks. It doesn't go to the people of Greece anymore. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They've been doing this for years. They finance both sides, like in a war, they finance both sides. And they can go in either side, and while they're there, they're cleaning out the artwork, they're cleaning out anything that has any value, they're stealing it.
Wow.
The Vanderbilts did that in World War II. And they would go into Germany with their own train and load the train and drive back. Just take it, and they do that to both sides.
That's crazy.
So those are the things that we're facing, and we're looking in the face of that right now, in this moment. And that's why we need to stand up and really learn what our body is and how powerful it is. How powerful is an atom?
An atom? Extremely.
Extremely, yeah. I mean, look what it did to Hiroshima, right? We're made of atoms.
Yep.
And when we learn how to dial those babies in, it's to the moon.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, your health will increase tenfold. And it can do it in 60 days. It can do it almost instantly. People that have Hashimoto's and stuff, when they start doing breath work, in one instant, it'll be completely gone. Now, does that happen with everybody? No, but it happens because they're in alignment. And when they're in alignment, and you do, now, I don't do yoga. My breath work and my higher self uses me to do yoga.
Yeah.
Okay? I have no idea where I'm going, what part it's going to work on, nothing. All of a sudden, I just start, I might shake or chest will go up in the air, and I can see these beams of light going right out into the universe.
Wow.
And I've had that happen on the top of my head. It's crazy. I mean, I did a video and I showed people one of my guides is he came to me about, it must be 15 years ago now. And I didn't see him for a long time, but I forgot him. And he was able to take like lightning bolts coming out of his fingers, right? I was in a state of emotional turmoil. And at that time, I was actually fearful. And he came and he was in one of those little rounded window things, right? That you put a statue in and on a staircase.
Yeah.
He was in that, sitting cross-legged, the black silk outfit with a little round black hat, right? Oriental guy. And he went like this, and lightning came out and it hit the bottom of my feet, and my whole body went ballistic. And that went on for a while, and I never saw him again. One came to me the other night.
Oh, wow.
So I think a lot of the electrical stuff I'm doing, he is responsible for me learning that.
Oh, that's so cool.
So when you are working with energy, these are the extension of our heart, right? This right here in communication, this chakra, this energy center right here, when this is out of balance, we have a hard time explaining things. We have a hard time moving, right? So it's opening that up, and you give your body permission to release whatever is in there. I pulled so much mucus out of my throat. Oh, I didn't do it. It happened, right?
Body.
I ended up running to the bathroom because I was vomiting mucus.
Oh. When was this?
About 3 weeks ago.
Jeez.
And my throat is getting so much better. And because it pulls it vibrates the cells. And when cells vibrate, they eliminate whatever they don't want, whatever they don't need, they can't use, whatever is clinging to them, which is usually mucus.
Mm-hmm.
So and so this is frequency.
Yep.
Right here. And this is light. This is our band. Up here and down at the bottom, this is infinity. So we have no idea because we can't see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, feel it, right?
Right.
Well, those color bands are exactly the same as our energy centers. And they're light driven. And we've forgotten that we're light beings. And as that energy comes in and we start to gain control over our body, I kid you not, the energy there is unbelievable. It's actually called a mental orgasm because it comes from the first chakra and goes right up. Instead of going out the way that it normally would, it goes right up through the thread, right into the pineal gland, and that pineal gland shakes and it's got crystals in it. And those crystals create energy. Now, what they say fluoride does is it calcifies the pineal gland and it can't shake.
Right.
So as you're hydrating and oxygenating, when you breathe, as a primitive brain stem right here, it moves that. When you breathe, it pushes up against that, and that goes up into the cerebellum, up into the pineal gland, and that's what makes it shake. And as you shake off some of that calcium that's built up on there, so just keeping it from shaking, all of a sudden everything will open up, and you won't believe what can happen to your body. I mean, it is wild. And these are doorways. Every one of these is a doorway to a different realm in the universe. And as we activate those, and we end up being able to go into each one, it will take you different places, different energies, and it will heal each one of those. Like if you're having a problem, like with guys, I don't know, prostate or something like that, you can actually go into the first center and tell it to heal it, and it will heal. Anything that's wrong. Think about all medications, right? If you can take it and it will create a vibration in your body, right? Then there's a receptor there for it. And if there's a receptor there for it, the brain will produce the same chemical, only better, to send there, but you have to tell it to do it. It will send it there to repair it, and when it's repaired, it stops making it.
Well, that's because our cells, they know what to do when they are functioning right, when they're signaling properly.
Yes.
And as we go along and get toxic and more toxic, our cell signals get cut. And what happens then? The body starts to have more and more and more issues. And
I'm sure you know that we're the most lymphatically congested country in the world.
Yeah.
And what this new issue is that we're all facing is all based on lymphatic system. Because when you're congested and it gets in there, it causes more issues. That's why the elderly are more affected by it.
Right. Because they've been here longer, building up more of that lymphatic stagnation. And that's why most of them are more compromised. Absolutely.
Yep. So those people that are in nursing homes are laying in beds. They're dehydrated. They have no energy. There's no movement, no nothing. So when it goes in, they don't have the energy to fight it and maintain their life. So the energy leaves the physical body, electromagnetically disconnects. Out it goes.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean that they won't be back, but there's a lot of talk about that too. So I think it's really important just to, and what a better time right now. I know violence is up and and there's a whole bunch of things that's up because energy wants to move and people are stuck in their homes.
Right.
So, you know, and I don't know if you know this or not, but the hospitals are empty.
A lot of them are. Some of them, I mean, I know we can't say all of them are, but ones here, yeah, we were empty. They were laying people off.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
going
okay,
on.
well, we're not really seeing the full picture. We're seeing bits that they want us to see.
Right.
To keep us where we need to be, to keep us in our
Right.
homes, keep us scared, to keep us in fear.
Right.
And it's working for the majority of people, except for
Well, I
those
made
that are
a-
actually using their thoughts and they're looking at this stuff and going, okay, this isn't all adding up. Well, those that are starting to question and use our brains and not just what we're being shown, it's like, oh, wait a second, that's not adding up. That's not making sense.
No. And when you wear a mask, I don't know, many people don't know this, or there's probably, I don't know. Anyway, we have approximately 380,000 viruses in our body all times.
Right.
And our body is designed to eliminate those.
Yeah.
But when you're under basically house arrest, you may be volunteering for it, but it's still house arrest.
Right.
And you're standing and you're eating and some people are wearing a mask, they're rebreathing all that stuff. They're putting on weight and their immune system is dropping.
Yeah.
So energy, let's say it's up here, right? As it drops, you're more and more susceptible to dis-ease in the body. And that is all frequency.
Absolutely. I mean, there's people that are out running and they're wearing masks and I'm just going, what are you doing? Like, you are sucking all that
stuff right in.
Yeah.
So this is a frequency pattern, and we don't really know what it is, but it runs on a certain hertz frequency, right?
Yeah.
And when it goes from one frequency to another one, it blurs out. Well, a lot of us are stuck in that pattern. That's chaos, confusion. We're not completely with it. And that dumbs us down over time. So this right here, when the frequency goes to the next level, this is what you get. Okay, so this is harmony.
That's awesome.
And let's say that this was fibromyalgia, or it was any issue in the body. Okay, until we hydrate and oxygenate and change our vibration, then we'll be stuck with those.
Yep.
That's what we're not being told. Just like they're all saying, if you have a weak immune system, you're going to be in trouble. Nobody's saying how to improve it.
How to improve it. That's right.
And that's so critical in this whole thing, to understand that we have the power to do that. It takes very little money to help your body repair itself, because the energy is what really repairs it, which is what we're trying to get out of our food, right?
Right.
But our food has less and less stuff in it.
Exactly. Our soil's been depleted of iodine, so we don't get any of that, and it's affecting all of our glands and thyroid specifically. Yeah, how does the body supposed to thrive off of that? And so we are looking at, we're at a time that we do have to look at supplementing some things that are crucial for our body to function. Minerals.
Do you know that some of the pesticides that are being used on the plants and the herbicides and fungicides and fertilizers, all chemical, right? They were designed so that there is one amino acid in our body that the body doesn't produce, and they created a chemical that takes it out of the plant. It's not absorbable. And they have these giant warehouses where they're growing that particular amino acid to sell back to us as supplements. Now, is that evil or what?
Yeah. Top-notch evil. Yeah.
So it's just all these things that we're being manipulated to do, and we need to stop doing.
Yes.
But
so many people, we've been in this give us a pill type, mentality, whereas you can't just yes, we can give you a pill to make you feel better for a minute. And a lot of those times, it's not even making a person feel better. I know for me, it was, they made me feel horrible. They made me feel worse. And then I had this side effect. And then I had to take this. And then I had to take this for that side effect. And I don't know why, but some people want that. It's this crazy cycle. Let's not look at what the body is made of. Let's not look at what is healthy to get the body to thrive, because, oh, that just takes too long, And it's like, hello, like, what do you mean it takes too long? Like, we have a lifetime to be living. Do you want to live it on pills where you're numbed and zoned out? I don't. I've been there, done it. Don't want to do it ever again.
Yeah. It's crazy simple.
It is. And that's what's crazy.
We are listening to low vibrational people tell us how to get well, and all they're really doing is creating that lower vibration cycle in our body, right?
Oh, creating that
and
continuous
it's coloring
cycle.
The lens we see the world through. That's what the first eye does. As it's projecting and it's receiving, you're seeing the world through what that first eye is creating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to get away from it because it's constant. And until you change your energy and how it is affected and your body, the energy will do that all by itself. As you change that, the whole view of the world will change with it.
Right.
That's why people who are really sick, well, I wouldn't say really sick, but they don't like their job and they just feel bad all the time. They find somebody to fall in love with, all of a sudden, all their pains go away. And they're happy, right? And what was that? That was an energetic shift.
Right.
Because you found somebody that you're compatible with, that you can have a good time with, and you can play and you can do whatever, right? Have great conversations, those kind of things. That's all energy, everything.
Yeah.
There is no disease that you take medications for that is not a lymphatic digestive issue.
Bingo. And it's not that the people that will say, well, I'm allergic to fruits. No. How is it that our medical system can go along with that? Well, they're creating that problem, like you said. They're creating that problem of going, oh, you are? Okay. Well, then we need you to avoid fruits. We need to avoid the things that you're now allergic to, that you never were allergic to when you came out of your mother's womb. And people don't question this. I had issues with food, but it wasn't because I was allergic to it. It was because of my system. It was because my system was sick and it had been suppressed for so long with so much crap that my body was like, done. I don't want any of that. Yeah. And it was a long process, as you know, of getting back to getting on those fruits and feeling that live energy, that live vibration. Yeah, and if people understand that process, they're going to continue to say, oh, I'm allergic to fruits. I can't have fruits. And that's too much sugar. Where did this idea ever come from is my question. How? No. Where?
From low vibrational people.
Yes.
Yeah, low vibrational people. And if they're eating too much fruit, it will cause that issue. You got to start slow. It might be one grape an hour, maybe you have to peel it and just kind of pull in the juice of it. You have to start slow. And maybe green smoothies, because they're not as fast. Fruit is really a fast cleanser.
It is. And your body is likely not, people who are really sick, like I was, I think you were at that stage at some point, weren't you, as well?
Oh, yeah, I've been down and out many times. I died in 1979 in a car accident. And so I'll never walk again. They're going to amputate this arm.
Right.
Major concussion, which I never knew I had, but I know now. When I used to lay down and my head would hit the pillow, it felt like I was keeping going and I was free falling down, straight down, right head first, right in. And man, that used to scare the crap out of me. And I'd grab the bed, and as soon as I grabbed the bed and held on to something, it would stop.
Oh my gosh, scary.
So I don't know why I didn't do it first. But 6 months later, I was back doing a mile a day. I came home in a wheelchair, lost some of my memory, And I always, people say, well, what part of your memory did you lose? I don't know. It's called amnesia. And the only reason that I know that it happened was I was at one of the restaurants that I used to go to all the time. And I ordered a cup of coffee, and I looked over and I saw a package of Sanka. And I remembered that I used to drink that.
Oh, wow.
And then a couple other little things came back, but I have no idea. I lost about maybe 6 weeks. I remember waking up in the hospital. I remember coming home in a wheelchair. I came home to my mom and dad's house. And I would work on my body when they were gone, when there was nobody home. So the first time I stood up, I was alone.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just in case I fell over or whatever, you know, I'd figure out how to get back up in the chair, but which I would have done somehow. And going through that process, that was actually the first time I actually woke up. And my first words were, "No shit. I finally got hit hard enough to pay attention." And it's been all climb since then. And then I had some stagnant years. We weren't really stagnant, but I was doing the same thing over and over. And now it's all starting to come together. You know, there's stuff coming to me, like, just to give you an idea. This is some of my notes for the past few weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I have another pile on the other side that's the same size. It's just constant writing. I don't need to sit down. I stand up and I'm just writing all the time.
Oh my gosh.
And
Is this going to
it's
be
all
another
just-
book?
Well, that's what I'm hoping, yes.
Awesome.
I think I'm going to do some PDF files on things that I've posted on Facebook, because they'll get, they get lost in the thread or whatever. And,
Yeah.
So it'd be good to pull those up and do a book or a PDF file, and then I can sell the PDF files for what was on there, because they'll all be together where you can read them.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I just had a friend call me. He had his whole business has completely collapsed.
Oh.
And so he has to reinvent himself. But he called me to tell me to reread my book. He said, "What's going on right now, it's all described in the book." Because I believe that book was channeled through me.
Your book?
Yes, because I couldn't read or write.
Yeah.
So there's 6 years on the road. I taught myself to read and write. And in that process of eliminating all the crap from my past and being more focused on what I really wanted to say, that book kind of fell out.
Wow.
And because I'm left-handed, so I'm riding around America for 6 years in my van, trying to write while I'm driving, using my left hand to write.
What?
And oh my God, the scribbling was horrifying.
God.
So a lot of times I couldn't remember what it said, because I couldn't read it. And then I just think about it for a while, and then all of a sudden all this stuff started to fall together. And I wrote the book. I did the manuscript. I did it all. And I'm dyslexic, so that's why I didn't learn to read and write. So to put that together, because my publisher made me do that.
Nice.
He said, "No, you're going to do it. You're going to figure out all the architecture in the book, how it's going to work, how it's going to be laid out." I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And,
okay, here
it
we go.
took a while. And
Did it.
so the next one, and I have the book in Spanish also. I don't have it yet. I have it, a girl who had cancer. She's beautiful. She had cancer right here in her face. They removed almost all her face and put it back on. You can't even tell. You can't even see the scars. You have to really look. I mean, it is amazing. So she read the book, And she was part of a mastermind group we had.
Okay.
She translated the book for free. It moved,
Wow.
it totally changed her whole life.
Oh my gosh.
So from a guy that couldn't read or write to have the honor of writing that and have it change people's lives, I mean, you just don't get any better than that. So
without you learning to do that, you wouldn't have been there to help me either, Gary.
True. You know, I write on here all the time. You know, since January last year, so it's been what, a year and a few months?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at over 10 million words I've written. That's not in my books. That's just on one program. So it's a lot of stuff I haven't published. Those will go in books, or they're half thoughts, you know, like I get something and then I lose the connection, and I'll go back sometime and it'll come to me again, you know. I'm overthinking. I get these great ideas coming through, and it's like as I'm writing them, they kind of fade away because I'm trying to put my own words in.
And you're not supposed to.
Yeah. So it's been a crazy journey. I can't imagine doing it any different.
No.
With all the stuff that I've had, broken bones and martial arts and broken fingers and wrestling classes, and split my sternum once.
Oh my
God.
God.
Chest spread apart in wrestling class. Yeah. You know, I broke this finger right here.
Yeah.
The very first digit. Not back here, not here. That little tiny bone right there, I broke that off. And my finger, the back of my fingernail popped out.
Oh, Gary.
Guy fell on it. I had my hand like that.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh
So I've had some times.
Yeah.
Motorcycle accidents and car accidents. And
yes, you have.
because I was completely pissed off. Because I didn't fit in school. And I wanted to. It's my greatest gift not to fit. That's why I'm who I am today. I didn't get corrupted by the system. I wanted to. I wanted to fit in really big time. Looking back on it now, no.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to go anywhere and be with people when you don't feel like you fit.
Feel like you fit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes you more vulnerable too, because you're nervous and you're not thinking. You're thinking about defending yourself, not engaging, and that's part of the problem. And it wasn't their fault; it was mine. I created it all. Yeah. That's the other thing we have to realize. Everything that's in our life, we created it. We were a vibrational match to what happened, and it sucks.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But we have to do it. It's time to let that go, because the next shift, we're already in it, but that shift that's coming, energetically, you have to be up here. You can't be down here. And as you let go, your energy rises. And as it comes up here, when the new world comes, we will be centered with ourselves. It doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the world. What matters is what happens right here, right in here. Yeah. And aligning this whole thing up and getting in tune and in touch with ourselves. Yeah. You know, we go back to sin, to miss the mark. If you don't love yourself, then how could God love you? Right? Because we're made in his image. Or whoever your God is. Or maybe you don't have a God. Still, if you believe in higher power, it created you.
Right.
That's why your mother and father had nothing to do with your creation.
Oh, that's going to be a big one for people to swallow.
Yeah. It's quantum. That's what orgasm is. It's quantum energy. So it's a vehicle. The body is a vehicle to transfer energy.
Yeah. And
we have that power, that orgasmic power, that quantum energy in our bodies all the time. We're just not using it. It's like having I don't know how many people are car people here, but it's like having a massive V8 in a car and you drive 25 miles an hour around town every day. Right? And the thing is dying because it wants to go. Well, that's what our energy is,
Right.
but we have to learn it's slow movement that builds energy, that helps heal the body. When we're burning it faster than we're creating it,
yeah.
fatigue.
Fatigue.
Yes.
Bingo.
And that's kidneys, oxygen, adrenals. Because we're low on oxygen. How many doctors have told us to drink water? None that I know of.
They tell me to drink Ensure in the hospital.
Yeah,
They tell me to do a lot of things in the hospital that I was like, what? Do you even know what's in that? Oh,
yeah.
scary.
And
Scary, Gary.
Yeah, and the whole thing is they consider fruit to be the same as Ensure.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because it's sugar, right?
Right. Yeah. There's nothing else in that Ensure. Nothing at all. Oh, brain damage. But
yeah. And I think it's under lock and key, like at stores.
No.
Formula too.
Oh my goodness.
Which is just as bad as Ensure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Scientifically designed just for you.
I'm going to see if we've got any questions. We should probably maybe wrap it up. I think it's been about an hour and probably.
Yeah, I think probably it's been at least an hour. I don't know what time we started.
I know we had some false starts and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a 5-hour journey, but I think only about an hour.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't, well, when Lacey Pack said, I just wish I understood how to heal myself with my lungs bad with COPD. Again, lymphatic system and getting it moving and oxygen.
So slow movement like Qigong, proper hydration, clean water. That's a biggie, clean water.
Yeah.
And lemon. And by the way, lemon will eliminate the current virus that is around us. Apple cider vinegar, live apple cider vinegar will eliminate that. The breath work will eliminate it because you're detoxing your lungs as well as oxygenating your blood. So when that travels through and then you're grounding to the earth and it separates the red blood cells so that they can get to the cells they need to deliver the nutrients and oxygen. That's one of the issues is we're dehydrated. And because we're dehydrated, red blood cells clump. And they make clots. They make all kinds of things. You stand on the earth in your bare feet or a grounding mat. I did a video on grounding mats too, but I'm constantly on a grounding mat. I stand the whole time I'm on the computer. So when you're on a grounding mat, within seconds, all your red blood cells will magnetically separate.
Wow.
And then you put hydration with that. Oh my God, so powerful, especially with the lemon. Any citrus, really. I would do lemon or lime. Those are the two biggies that I would use.
Yeah.
You can use orange, any live liquid. You can use celery juice. I don't care what it is, but you need to like it.
Yeah, and want to drink it. Yeah.
Yes.
Take it in, ingest it. Yeah.
And a minimum of 32 ounces a day if you're just cleansing. Not a full cleanse. Every day, just add 32 ounces of live liquid into your daily diet. Over time, your whole diet will change. You don't have to change it. Your body will tell you to change it.
Oh, yeah.
And everything is so simple. The only thing you have to buy is the lemons or the limes to mix it. So if it costs you $1 for a lemon and you're making the master cleanse, it costs like $1, $25, $50, depending on what you pay for a lemon, right? And a little bit of maple syrup, a little pinch of Himalayan salt. That's it. Everything else you're doing yourself for free. And it's perfect time to do it at home.
Right.
Stretch out on the floor, do some stretching exercises.
Stretching.
You don't have to go fast, just go slow, you know? And right now, I noticed the other day, my swing is like this. And it should be more like this, but my mind is going too fast. And I have to tell it, slow down.
Wow, right.
And then, you know, we're doing different hand movements and this whole time, see, because our aura is around us, right? And as we're doing this, we're doing all these movements, we're moving energy around our body, around our aura. And because it wants to move. And when it gets stagnant, it just kind of sits there, like we do. So as you move and you're pushing that around, a lot of the hand movements and stuff when I'm meditating and I'm in the zone, my hands will do this over my chest and I can feel it in my heart.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not doing it. It's being done to me, for me.
Wow.
So it's an amazing world. And the breath is what activates the electrical system. When you're born, if you don't get that first breath, your electrical system doesn't fire and you don't come here.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
It's the breath is the invitation to this world. And the first one is in and the last one is out. Yin and yang.
Yeah.
So that's what every time we breathe in and we exhale, that's life and death.
So true.
Is that crazy or what?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely
We're
crazy.
not taught any of that stuff.
No.
Yeah. It's time
simple.
that we started to learn, because that is how they're dumbing us down and keeping us where we are. We can't have that anymore.
No.
And it's time to take back our power, take back our country, and get this snake oil salesman out of the system. And
get the high vibing.
Yeah, get the high vibes. Okay.
Yes.
So, are we done?
I think we probably need to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. And we'll have to do these more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been communicating with Dr. Kazar lately.
Oh, cool.
To see if I can get an interview with him.
That'd be awesome.
But the trees are being devastated.
Yeah, you said that.
And I don't know what the hell that is. I actually I interviewed a guy probably 8-9 years ago, Steve Whitman, and he is a permaculture professor. And I'm going to send him pictures. I'm going to go, what is this and why is it doing this? Because it is engulfing trees to where there is no bark left, no leaves, no nothing. And
you guys show some pictures, like post them on Facebook.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I have no idea. When you told me that, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. They're so brittle, they're breaking off. Even the ones that don't have the dis-ease, we think it might be aluminum. And the tree can't function, it can't pull stuff up into it. And
so sad.
Because the bark is falling off them. You can go out,
crazy.
Like a palm tree, you know how solid a palm tree is.
Yeah.
You can pick pieces of it right off with chunks.
Oh my God.
And it's not one, it's everyone.
Jeez, scary.
So that's the weird part. When I saw that, I was sick when I saw that.
Yeah.
And you think about him, you know, he's got orchards all over the world.
Oh.
And, but wild stuff. And maybe it's a natural part of the thing. It could be a temperature change. We're not really sure. But we have to do something to save the trees. They're the other half of our lungs.
Yeah, oxygen.
Yes.
Where's our oxygen coming from?
Right.
Plants. Where are they? They keep cutting them down. Yeah.
Yeah. And with the new technology, they're going to be every 50 feet. I don't even know that one.
Really?
Every 50 feet. Yes, there will be no corner of the globe that will not be under that surveillance.
Wow.
And it's a variable frequency where the other ones are fixed. And I don't know that, because again, it's a man-made thing and it's a vibration that's down here and we're going to be up here. It's like an ego. An ego can only pick on the person that you've been trained to believe you are.
Hmm.
And if it tries to go higher, it will dissolve itself because nothing can live up here in that vibration. This is pure 100% vibration. And when you're at that, there's nothing that can affect
Touch
your
you?
body.
Yes.
We let it in. See, we let
Yeah,
it. It's
we
it's
do.
like the groups that let rattlesnakes bite them or they drink arsenic and nothing happens to them. Well, they've shut their body off to that frequency and the body just eliminates it.
Ugh.
I wouldn't suggest anybody do that.
No, no, we are not suggesting this.
Because once in a while, you know, somebody's a little unfortunate, but
Yeah.
but it is true. There's trillions of realities all around us all the time, and yet we have such a narrow band of frequencies coming in. Why don't the rest come in? Because we're not a vibrational match to it, right? So when we change our frequency, we're no longer a vibrational match to fear mongering, let's say.
Right.
So it goes by us. It doesn't even get into our body.
No, can't.
And that's right, because we blocked it. Well, we don't know that we can do that. So we're susceptible to all these guys and their weird ideas. And when we stand up inside ourselves, align everything, it's really hard to get through.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
all right, we better smash
right.
things up. And but I want people to remember, I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah.
You're stronger than you think. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But we got to remember that. We're all stronger than
Absolutely.
we can even imagine. And I'm living proof of that one.
Yeah. We're quantum beings. We have unlimited potential for energy, but we have to get everything in alignment and allow it to happen and tell our body what we want, and it will respond. It doesn't have a choice, actually. If you give it what it doesn't want, it gets sick. You give it what it does want, it'll heal itself. If you, and I mentioned this in a video a while back, and I hope nobody does this, and if you do, call me, call Angie, call somebody. But if you tell your body to jump off a bridge, it's going to jump off the bridge.
Very. Oh, God.
You tell it to run 26 miles, it'll try. If you're capable of doing 26 miles, it will. Halfway through or quarter way through, your body goes, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The mind, though, does it.
Yeah, we limit ourselves. Our mind does take over.
Yeah, there's nothing going on out here that we have to correct. It's all in here.
Yep.
It's our lens that we're seeing the world through.
Yep, definitely.
So,
all right, I'm gonna get outside because we still have some sun.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah, what?
Yes, I gotta get out there.
Here.
So good to see you.
Good to see you.
I love you. I've missed you, and I hope we do these more often.
Yes.
Be great.
Yes. I talked to Ian the other day a little bit on, but maybe we should have him back on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Love you guys.
Love you.
See you later.
See ya.